There's also been reports that Trump was, in fact, intentionally excluded from the Situation Room during the recent critical operation in Iran to rescue U.S. airmen there. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump was in such a volatile state that, I quote, he spent hours screaming at aides in the West Wing. Military officials made the call to limit his access and update him only when needed on the phone.
Donald Trump always tries to play it cool and act like nothing can ever rage bait him. Tries to act like the Iranians and the strength that they've shown throughout this war totally doesn't get under his skin, and everything is kosher, right? Nothing could get under his skin. Not some Iranians. Who cares about some? Oh, they shot down our fighter jets, our stealth fighter jets, our F-35s. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that. Who cares? That's no big deal. We'll take care of it, right? But the facts and the evidence are beginning to come out that actually no, Trump is under a great deal of stress, and that stress is Iranian induced. So let's take a look at this. France 24 confirms a Wall Street Journal report that Donald Trump was intentionally locked out of the Situation Room during a critical military operation in Iran. He was in such a volatile state, screaming at his aides, that top generals restricted his access. Take a listen.
There's also been reports that Trump was, in fact, intentionally excluded from the Situation Room during the recent critical operation in Iran to rescue U.S. airmen there. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump was in such a volatile state that, I quote, he spent hours screaming at aides in the West Wing. Military officials made the call to limit his access and update him only when needed on the phone.
Bro was literally locked out as the president of the United States. He was locked out of his own Situation Room because he was crashing out so hard that the Iranians have infrared heat-seeking air defense visions, right, that go beyond the realm of visible light, go beyond the realm of traditional air defense systems, and they were able to shoot an F-35, an F-15, an F-whatever out of the sky with such ease, it was like a warm knife cutting through butter. They shot him out of the sky, and, you know, these Iranians, we watched the video of one of the air defense operators and how much, you know, they were saying, you know, this is, God controls our air defense. When we fire, God fires, you know, God willing, we hit our target, and we did. And when we did, it was an indescribable amount of joy, they said, right? How much joy do you think they would have had if they had known that they made Trump crash out so hard that he got locked out of his own top level Situation Room during the most critical mission of the entire war? It's actually amazing.
Whilst we don't have proof of verified nuclear strike intent, there does seem to be a gap here between the US president's rhetoric and the stance taken by his Joint Chiefs of Staff. And I think that's really what has fanned the flames of this story, Sharon.
Okay, so let's take a look at this story. Trump kept out of the room during operation to find downed pilots in Iran after screaming at aides for hours. So this was the failed uranium heist gone wrong. The mainstream media still calls it a rescue mission, which part of it was a rescue mission, right? There was a rescue mission that obviously took place, but the claim was that the rescue mission was taking place far away from where the C-130 was blown up, right? And the reason for that was because they wanted to they wanted to essentially, what's the word I'm thinking of here? They wanted to distract the Iranians, make them think that, they were looking for their pilots in areas where their pilots weren't actually located. So according to Pete Hegseth and Dan Kane, right, they had several locations across Iran where they were making flights and making it look like they were looking for these downed pilots. Obviously, the pilots were nowhere near the downed C-130 location in Isfahan. So in tandem with the rescue operation, they had this uranium heist attempt located very far away. But let's read what happened here. So when President Donald Trump learned that 2 American pilots had gone missing in Iran on Good Friday, he screamed at aides for hours and then was kept out of the room when his team was given minute-by-minute updates, according to a report. An F-15 jet was shot down over Iran on April 3rd, prompting a high-stakes rescue mission for the missing airmen. One crew member was swiftly rescued by U.S. forces after ejecting before their... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Back in Washington, D.C., Trump's fears about how the war was playing out were ramping up, according to the Wall Street Journal. Trump screamed at aides for hours after he was informed the fighter jet had been shot down and 2 airmen were missing. The outlet reported, citing a senior administration official. Images of the 79 Iranian hostage crisis had been looming large in his mind. Over the next 24 hours, Trump's most senior aides and administration officials, including J.D. Vance and White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, dialed into the Situation Room to receive updates. Trump was not included in the meeting, but was kept updated. According to the Wall Street Journal, citing a senior admin official, aides kept the president out of the room as they got minute-by-minute updates because they believed his impatience wouldn't be helpful. Bro was crashing out. Absolutely crashing out. Amazing. Oh, that was the day before Trump ordered Iran to open the effing strait, you crazy bitches, or you'll be living in hell. Praise be to Allah. He's losing his mind, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'd probably be losing my mind if I was in his shoes as well. I mean, this is not a war that he can win. I'd be losing my mind as well. So there you go. Trump excluded from his own meeting, his own party, because he's crashing out that hard. I can't even hate on Trump for crashing out that hard. I'd be crashing out that hard too. I mean, I'd be losing my mind. I would definitely not be stupid enough to get myself in a situation like the one he's in. But if you took me today, you know, like the claw machine at the arcade game place, and you picked me up and put me in the Oval Office and said, all right, figure it out. You have to fight and win. You can't settle. Like, yeah, I'd be crashing out that hard too. What am I supposed to do in that situation? Before you leave, I want to say thank you for the support, because after 2 years of being banned, we are finally back home on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to our channel and also join as a member on our channel using the link at the top of the description. I rely on the generous support of viewers like yourself to get the truth out to as many people as possible. You can also support the show on Locals or Give Sin Go. The mainstream media and the powers that be are never going to stop attacking us for bringing the truth to as many people as we do. Thank you so much for your support.